guys, welcome to the channel, and this is another Building Newcrest, and today I am doing a music concert venue and a bar and a music store because I really wanted to do a record store, but unfortunately there's not really anything in the game that kind of looks like a record store. And I did find some CC by Sims, but I don't think it's been updated, so a lot of the objects in that pack that she made, it doesn't work with all the updates we've had recently, I think. So one of my viewers suggested that I just make a music store with like instruments and things like that, which I really liked. So I took inspiration from a few bars that are around here in Nashville, as well as some music venues that are in downtown Orlando that I kind of grew up around and saw. They're a little bit industrial, I would say. They have a really cool vibe to them, and I remember going to a few as a older teen and young adult with some of my friends and just to see shows and stuff, and I felt like this was really important to have in my college town because it seems like there always has to be at least one bar, at least one music venue. I do have a like concert outdoor music venue in the park that I made in the arts district, but I thought something like this would be cool to have, you know, in the more city part of my Newcrest build anyway. The whole idea for my Newcrest series is to make sure everything is kind of cohesive. So this particular district, I guess you could say, is Stadium Street. So all the buildings that are kind of next to the stadium have a similar look to them, and they have like it's gonna be mostly community lots and restaurants and things that you can take your Sims to have some fun. So that's kind of what Stadium Street is all about. So right here I'm making the stage, and I ended up getting rid of the DJ booth because I felt like it wasn't working there. It was a little too cramped, so I just put a keyboard and a guitar and a mic there. So basically what you have to do when you come here, you have to hire musicians and a comedian. You can just pretend they're singing or whatever, but yeah, you have to hire them, and then they'll come to the venue and play, and you can, you know, pretend like there's a concert or something like that. I did name this venue Simmy Nicks. It's kind of a play on Stevie Nicks. I don't know. I thought it was kind of clever. Maybe it's not, but whatever. So yeah, this is the bar area. I was gonna use those like nectar bottles behind the bar there, but I felt like they were a little too modern for this type of build. So what I ended up doing was just putting the black wooden shelving, and then I used what are they called? They're like the things that usually go on the outside. They're drains, I guess, but I thought they looked kind of cool as support beams to the shelving. Maybe they're kind of hanging there or something, but it just kind of added to the industrial vibe I was going for. So I really like that. And then I just went into debug and grabbed some of the nectar bottles that are separated from the, you know, the regular ones, and just put them on the shelves. And then I really liked this idea using the floor decal and putting it on top of the concrete, so that way there's a little bit of visual interest, but it's not like super overpowering, especially since there's a lot of graffiti and other things going on the walls. So I thought that was kind of a nice detail to have. And then here I'm just moving up the stage lights to the second floor because it just was weird, you know, having them hanging from nothing on the first floor. So moving them up seemed to work really well. And upstairs is kind of like a mezzanine loungy area. So you can come up here, you know, take your drink with you, go upstairs, and just kind of watch the music. House of Blues is kind of like this, which I was kind of inspired by too. I've seen a few shows at the House of Blues in Orlando, and there was like 2 stories, and then the middle part is empty, and you can kind of look over the fence into where the stage is and kind of watch. And you know, in case you don't want to be like on the ground floor next to the stage, and you can just kind of chill out in the upper levels and not have to deal with large crowds. So I always appreciated that, and I really wanted to include that in my build. So up here, I think it's kind of cool that the furniture is kind of mismatchy and old looking. I don't think that this venue is a particularly like super high class venue. I think it's very well suited to a college student or young adult who doesn't have a lot of money. I think a lot of indie bands and artists would play here from different genres, and you know, up and coming artists that aren't really that well known or aren't signed yet and things like that. I think this would be a good venue for that. There was one in Orlando called the Back Booth, and a lot of people played there. It's a super small venue, and I mean, I usually don't get claustrophobic. That's not something that's really ever bothered me, but in this venue, when there's a ton of people, you know, there for a show, it can get pretty claustrophobic even for me. So that was like one of the first like live shows I saw for a band I was super into. It was He Is Legend, As Cities Burn, and another band that was like opening for them that I can't remember. But yeah, that was in my scene kid days, you know, emo, screamo music. I still listen to it sometimes, but not as often anymore. I listen to more chill music now in my old age. So in a lot of like music venues or bars that have music, they'll have like artists who are playing or coming to like promote them. They'll have their posters on the windows or like near the front door somewhere. So I really wanted to do that. I brought some color to the front because it's just, you know, black and the brick and whatever. So this is the music store. It's pretty simple. In order to make this work, you'll have to change the lot type to retail and then set everything that you want for sale to be for sale. And if you want to have it be a lounge or a bar, then you'd have to set the lot type to that, because unfortunately, like I've said before, we can't have multiple lot types. That would be amazing, but it hasn't happened yet, so we'll have to just make do. And as I was looking for signs, I didn't realize this until recently, that this little sign actually had so many swatches, and they're really cool looking. Like there's one for, it looks like there's one for Greek, something that's Greek, something that's Mexican, and I had no idea. There's just a lot of different things in that one sign, and I was really excited about it. I think I'm going to use that for other things possibly. But yeah. And then of course adding some graffiti on the inside just to add some visual interest or whatever. And the music store, like I said, it's pretty simple. It's just, you know, whatever instruments I could fit basically in there. And then there's a wall of guitars on awnings because the shelves were too shallow for the guitars since they're on a little stand. I wish we had guitars that you can actually hang on the wall like it would be in real life. But unfortunately the guitars we have in game are on a stand. So yeah. So I thought, you know, using the awnings instead, as I'm doing here, and just kind of raising them up would be kind of a cool idea on how to display them in a better way, because I don't know, they just look really weird if I just like raise them up and they're not on anything. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea, and the awning is glass, so yeah, it looks pretty nice, I think. I did notice when play testing this that if you do hire a pianist for the lounge area, for some reason they choose to go to the piano that's in the music store instead of on the stage. I don't really know why. Maybe they can't get to that piano on the stage, but I don't know. Maybe there's just too many to choose from and they just choose whatever one they want, but I don't really understand the routing. So just be aware of that. Like maybe you can lock the door on the music store if you want to hire a pianist, or whatever you want to do. So just letting you guys know that is a concern that I had. But otherwise, everything works really well, and it's a cool little venue, I think, especially for you storytellers out there. And yeah, it's just a cool place to hang out, to bring your Sims to. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to be finishing up the music store, adding a few more details. And I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to give this video a like and comment down below, just saying hi or what you liked about the video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
We need more than hopes and wishes for us to make it through the night. Stormy weather, weary eyes, hope to make it through the night. Before this night is over, I will guide you home. All this time you thought we'd never pay the price. In the game of love you have to roll the dice. My heart got 7 years to lie. 7 years to lie. I've been told that time will heal all our wounds and our sorrows too. No more clouds, no more rain. I need sun to ease my pain. Before this night is over, I will guide you home.